My name's Kenny MacDonald. I'm the manager of Drumchapel Life. The organisation was originally founded in 2002 and I've been here since the beginning. That's why I look so old. And the organisation grew out of, the organisation came about because going back to about 1999, there was a structure in Drumchapel called the Social Inclusion Partnership, and they were looking at some of the issues that were in the community of Drumchapel, including some of the problems and the positive stuff, but they were looking at ways of tackling some of the less positive things. And one of the big things that's affected a lot of people in Drumchapel over the years is that it's an area where there have been a lot of health inequalities. So one of the themes that the Social Inclusion Partnership had was health and well-being, and Drumchapel Life actually grew out of something that was called the Health and Social Issues Implementation Group. That's a bit long-winded, but it was about health and well-being and social issues. The services we offer are quite varied. We started off originally as what was called a Healthy Living Centre, and over the last 12 years the focus of our work has all been about health and well-being. We work with schools, we work with nurseries, we work with a range of local community groups, but all the work we do is in partnership with other people. So we don't, as such, directly deliver projects on our own, apart from one or two things. All of the work, as I say, is about improving health and well-being and creating opportunities where people can get involved in things that are positive. One of the other big projects that we've got in the go at the moment, which is just about a year and a bit into a 3-year project, is a project that's helping people be smarter about money. There's a lot of people that live around here that maybe are on low incomes, maybe don't have a lot of cash, particularly when it comes to money to spend on a healthier lifestyle. And for that reason we went to the big lottery fund and got some money to look at help budgeting their money better, help people that don't have bank accounts open bank accounts, help people look at reducing their home energy costs, like their gas and electricity, and switch suppliers and stuff like that. But also helping people look at how they might cook food on a budget and how they might get involved in other activities that save them money, because a lot of leisure activities are costing people a lot of cash and they can't really afford it. So we're creating a chance for people to think about other things. I suppose thinking a bit more creatively about how they use their money and use their money to improve their well-being and their health. I mentioned earlier working in schools and nurseries, and a couple of examples of that are we've been working in partnership with the Drumchapel Table Tennis Club for the last 8 or so years. And as a result of that, we've got professionally coached sports sessions in 18 schools in the west of Glasgow. And there's about 900 kids involved in that. That's in primary schools. And I suppose the idea of that is that table tennis is quite an easy sport for kids to get involved in. It's cheap, and we're using what's already in the area. There's a good, well-established table tennis club in the area, which a lot of people know about, and it's popular and they've done really well. The other kind of stuff we've done in schools and nurseries is we've done cooking classes for children and parents, cooking stuff together, because quite often kids get a lot of stuff in school about a healthier diet, but it's not getting back home, so it's getting parents and kids doing stuff together that might improve their diet at home. We've also been, the last 2 or 3 years, we've been funding a project at Drumchapel High School, a peer support project, which gets 5th and 6th year pupils trained as peer supporters for children who are leaving primary school and kind of making that transition into secondary school. And that's actually been really successful, helping kids make that move. Quite often kids are a bit frightened about, moving from their primary to secondary school. And that's been a really successful project. It's kind of hard to see where the organisation's going, and some of that will be down to, particularly over the next year, when we start to have to look again at how the direction of the organisation for the next few years, because a lot of that depends on how we can access funding. I think the focus of the organisation It's important that the focus of our work remains on health and well-being, because one of the things that I've certainly found working in Drumchapel for 12 years, you can't set up a project that runs for 2 or 3 years and then just disappear. And that's something that I think people used to feel happened a lot in the past, that organisations would come along, they'd be there for a couple of years and then they'd be gone. You'd build up expectations in people and they'd be away. You know, the organisation would be away and people would lose a bit of momentum. And certainly what we'd be looking to do is to try and sustain ourselves as an organisation, but we can only do that if we're doing work that's going to make a difference to people. And again, that's dependent on our ability to get funding to do that. Certainly we know that there's a big need in this area to have opportunities that people can access for doing positive stuff with their life. If you'd like to find out any more information about Drumchapel Life and what we do, click on here.